Neutrality.
A segunda parte da terceira temporada de The Witcher chega à Netflix nesta quinta-feira 27. Com a promessa de um final bastante emocionante, os 3 novos episódios devem focar no futuro de Cirilla de Cintra, Freya Allan, em uma possível nova realidade que será mais explorada na quarta temporada. Mas mais do que abrir espaço para Ciri, o final dessa temporada é importante para os fãs por causa do Geralt. Essa é a última temporada na qual o protagonista da série será interpretado por Henry Cavill, que viveu o personagem desde 2019. A partir do 4º ano, Geralt será interpretado por Liam Hemsworth, irmão de Chris Hemsworth, que interpreta o Thor nos filmes da Marvel. Para trazer uma despedida à altura da interpretação do ator, a Netflix investiu em 3 episódios épicos. E o próprio Henry Cavill falou sobre o personagem de Geralt e como foram os bastidores da série para a terceira temporada. Em entrevista enviada a Exame, o ator destaca como foi a evolução de Geralt nessa temporada, a relação com Ciri e Yennefer e a forma como ele grava suas cenas de luta.
In the immediate, I mean, he doesn't really have much of a change or development because he's still very much dedicated to protecting Ciri. His entire goal is to make sure that Ciri is safe. With slightly alarming alacrity, he accepts Yennefer back into his life, and they become a trio again. And so it's with that, the love between the two is finally given the space it needed to blossom.
Harry também comentou como foram as relações de Geralt e Yennefer nessa temporada, que foi mais intensa, né, do que as anteriores.
During the course of season 3, as I said, it's rather rapidly they are in love again, or at least sharing affection, and so it sets the necessary foundations for them to be in love again, and because it's gone through a few iterations of it and a few failures of it. It feels stronger this time, and they both finally accept that they do actually love one another. Of course, it's setting up the tragedy of them being forced apart, but it's an opportunity to see Geralt finally letting go and being open with Yennefer about his feelings, and Yennefer finally being that person for him.
O ator também falou sobre os monstros que aparecem na terceira temporada e como foram desenvolvidas as cenas junto do diretor para criar mais intimidade entre Geralt e Ciri. Ele também falou sobre como constrói as próprias cenas de ação na qual aparece.
The Eshna, well, this is a wonderful opportunity, and this is something that Wolfgang and I worked on, and I asked Wolfie to make the fight more about Ciri rather than about Geralt. And it is a rather alternate father-daughter moment, as far as it's a Witcher father-daughter moment, where he allows her to do the work, and he will cover her when she overexposes herself. If you watch the fight carefully, you'll see there's a couple of strikes that he puts in there, which would have otherwise killed Ciri, but he's letting her do all the work, and it's putting her training to the test. She needs to be exposed to this now. The gloves are off, the armbands are off, and you're being thrown into the deep end. So it's swim, but if you do drown, he's at least still there to help lift you to the surface again. But it's the first time she has to really do it by herself. I always do the fights myself. I think it's really important for the audience to know that when they're watching a character do it, they're watching the character do it, and it's not multiple people jumping in there and doing the thing. I think there is a suspension of disbelief, obviously, but I also think it's incredibly important that the audience knows that even if they are suspending their disbelief, their subconscious goes, well, that's the guy who's playing Geralt, and he's definitely doing the whole thing. And so it just makes the immersion into the story that much easier. And I'm also very particular. I don't like, I prefer to be representing myself and representing my character in the exact way that I would. Because when you're fighting in scenes like that, it's a different fighter will have a slightly different movement, and that may tell a different story. And because I'm so particular about that, it's important that I'm telling the exact story that I want to in those fights, because that's one of the few places I have control.
A segunda parte da terceira temporada de The Witcher, última com Henry Cavill como Geralt, estreia nesta quinta-feira 27 pela Netflix. Até mais!
The dangers we've seen foretell an even more menacing future. first time, I understand real fear.